Hey guys, okay, so this is officially the last video. I know I said the other one would be, but I just wanted to share the final stuff about the course with you. Okay, so I think I have finally marked every single thing that has been submitted, I hope, as well as all the culminatings that were submitted. So there's a number of people that didn't hand certain things in for each unit, and then some people didn't hand the culminating in. Okay, so let me flip this around. Okay, I will put my marks on another page. Here's your marks. So I totally froze this first column in mine, but I was looking at it and I don't think it saved my formatting. So anyways, all these yellow highlighted columns are your overall mark for each strand of the course. So the first strand is called algebra, and I just went through and tried to make sure I've got the correct mark for you in here. So you can go through and be like, oh, miss, I don't know why I have a 85. It should be a whatever. And you can let me know. Although, for the record, I don't just straight up average marks. Certain things are more important than other things. So I kind of take that into account. And then, I don't know, it just depends. Everyone's situation's different. So try not to compare yourself to other people. But if you do think I've made a mistake, let me know. To be honest, marks are like my least favorite thing because it's just, I don't know. How can I super accurately evaluate you and then 1% versus 10, I don't know. Anyways, let's not get into it. But your grade 9 marks, if you're 1% away from what you want, it's not a big deal, right? I want you to get the best mark you can, but more importantly, I hope that you learned how to do algebra, linear relations, analytic geometry, measurement, and geometry, rather than just focused on marks. But I get it. So anyways, check the highlighted columns and make sure they're what you think you should be getting. This mark right here is basically made up of your final measurement test and your geometry test. I know we did an interior angles assignment, but it was quite small, but I did try to factor that in slightly. And then the Pythagorean quiz wasn't really factored in. It was more of a, it was only, I think, 4 questions. So it was kind of just to make sure you knew what Pythagorean theorem was, to be honest. So then that's your overall measurement geometry mark. And then your overall mark is a straight up average of each strand. So 4 strands, just added them all and divided by 4. So yeah, that's your overall mark. And just so you guys know, your overall mark is worth 70% of your final mark. Okay, then according to the Hamilton-Wentworth board, EQAO is supposed to count for 15%. So anyone that wrote with me, I was able to mark your EQAO, and that's your overall EQAO mark. The multiple choice questions out of 14 were valued at 40% of the test, and the open response questions were valued at 60%. So that's how you came up with your overall mark. And then your culminating was just every question was out of 4, and so there was 5 questions, so it was out of 20. So that was that. And then your final exam will be marked, and it will go here. And then your overall mark will be a combination of these 3 things equaling 30%, and then the course mark being 70%. So that's the plan. I was unable to get everyone's EQAO mark because of the locations that you wrote at, or if you didn't write it. So yeah. What else about marks? I guess that's it. Basically, this course is over, so you can't really hand in anything else. It was over as of Wednesday, and I still had a few people handing stuff in, which, I mean, there does have to be a deadline eventually because my marks are due. So I can't continuously mark things that get submitted because I also have to do report cards and mark the final exam. So it's kind of we have February till the mid-June to get all of our work done, and now it should be just focused on final exam stuff. So anyways, email me if you're concerned at all, or if you're not passing and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to pass this course. but let's chat over email. There's, what else was I going to say? A feedback for the course. Not everyone's filled out. So if you do have a minute and you can fill out the feedback survey, I would really appreciate it. And I guess that's it. If you guys are planning on taking grade 10 enriched math next year, I said a good idea was to go through those videos that I posted. So if you want, no pressure, but you can head to, I have a YouTube channel that I just created through my board Google account, and I've just created some playlists. So one playlist is called Prep for MPM 2D Enriched. So I've only put 2 videos on there so far, expanding binomials and simple trinomial factoring. I'm just going to fill it with a bunch of things that would be handy to know for grade 10 enriched math, or even just grade 10 math. So if you're bored this summer and you feel like just watching some videos, there's not really practice questions or anything, but I could start leaving those at the end of the video maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you could do that just as an option. All right, guys. So for final report cards, I never remember exactly what happens, but if you're, honestly, I don't know, but you eventually will get a report card from this class. I don't think it gets added to your school's report card. I think it probably comes as a separate paper, but honestly, I don't really know. I feel like asking your guidance counselors is your best bet. I think if you're in grade 8, it'll definitely be a separate report card because high school report cards are different than like grade 8 report cards. But you will get one. And the report card, it doesn't say too much. It just gives you an overall mark as a percentage. I write 3 comments about you. So I'm supposed to comment on the curriculum. So I comment on something you did well and a specific example, and then some kind of next steps that you need to take to improve. And then also your learning skills. Learning skills will be the last thing that I comment on, and that's just like excellent, good, satisfactory, or not satisfactory on how you worked throughout the course. So that's it. So congrats on finishing the course. You guys were awesome to have in class. I really enjoyed it. And I hope to meet you guys in the future. You never know. Okay, take care. Have a great summer.